Hello, I am Lincoln. I just ranked all of the islands in Wind Waker, but I had so much fun with that. Now I think we're gonna rank all of the masks in The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask. So let's do this. I actually think this is a really good idea, because unlike Wind Waker Islands, when it comes to masks in The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask, there is actually something to talk about for every single one of them, rather than just being a bunch of filler. So, without further ado, the Gyro's Mask. This is the only mask that has a completely different design between Majora's Mask and Majora's Mask 3D. That is because of a logic error, how the Gyro's Mask looks like your regular Gyro, but it convinces all the other Gyros that you're a Gyro Captain, which has a completely different mask. So they changed it to make more sense. By having a mask that only functions to make annoying battles pop up in one area, it's just not fun. And sure, it can also get you up to Iconic Canyon. I don't care. Once you get the owl statue, it then becomes pointless. The Mask of Sense. Okay, sure, I said there would be no filler, but this is the closest to filler the game has. It allows you to sniff, and that just doesn't do anything. I mean, it's got one use to help get these odd mushrooms, but other than that, it doesn't get used at all. And unless you're trying to get all the heart pieces, it's completely unnecessary. The All-Night Mask. This mask makes it impossible for you to go to sleep because it has a skeleton that keeps your eyes permanently open. I feel like the concept of this is really funny. It allows you to stay awake while Andrew's grandma is telling boring stories. Get you a heart piece, but at least it is more appealing than the Mask of Sense. Deep in the valleys of Iconic Canyon, there lives a tiny music box house, which is home to a little girl known as Pamela, and her father known as Pamela's father. Pamela's father just so happens to be cursed by being turned into a Gibdo by a mischievous imp known as the Skull Kid. So, it is up to Link to cure Pamela's father and turn him back into a human. And you get the Gibdo mask, which allows you to pretend to be a Gibdo. While the story behind it, while short-lived, is really sweet, I don't actually like this mask, because it's only really needed for the worst mini dungeon in the entire game. No one likes you beneath the well, you're the worst. You can get your own thing that's deliciously fresh. The Postman's Hat. While the side quest that involves you getting the mask does count to its score, I will entirely be counting Cafe and Andrew towards the couple's mask and not any of the side masks you get along the way. The Postman's Hat allows you to plunder people's mailboxes and steal their mail, which gives you items, but never anything too important. I think it's just really good because of that amazing walking animation the postman does when he gives it to you. The Great Fairy's Mask. It moves literally every fairy towards the mask. It's like a magnet, so that collecting the fairies are much easier. But I don't really care for collecting fairies. What's the best thing you get out of it? More magic? That's unnecessary for how short the game is. A sword that's just as good as the sword you get if you just get all the masks that are fun to get. That shouldn't matter. I really don't see any point in collecting the stray fairies, and I feel like they're just as annoying as the Meaver stamps. Also, it's kind of disturbing to look at Link with a great fairy head. The troop leader's mask. It's a mask that looks like Gorman and it cries all the time, just like Gorman. Take it to the Gorman brothers at the Gorman track and they will give you some mystery milk, which you better drink quickly because it spoils in 2 minutes. It's actually really messed up because milk in Majora's Mask doesn't normally do that, and it probably shouldn't be doing that. Also, it's called mystery milk. Maybe don't drink that quickly, like dump it out somewhere. The Captain's Hat allows you to command the Stout Children Army. They can let you open up different graves on different days. These can help you get Song of Storm, help you get some rupees, or help you get a big Poe. It's really neat, and the lore behind it being used by the giant Stalfo captain is really nice. The Romani Mask. It allows you to get into the milk bar to allow you to drink the beverage Chateau Romani, which is milk but with alcohol in it. Okay, so let me get this straight. In this game, so far we've covered a mask that allows a 9-year-old to drink alcoholic milk, and a mask that allows a 9-year-old to consume a mysterious milk-like concoction that no one knows what it is. Nice. The Keaton Mask. This is yet another Cafe Nanju mask. I had no idea this had a purpose until yesterday, but apparently you can summon the actual Keaton Kitsune, and he will quiz you on what color Tingle's trunks are. I am still trying to process this. I have played this game my whole life, full 14 years, and I have never heard of this mask being able to do this before. I want to get quizzed on what color Tingle's trunks are. And Lincoln, it's your turn. I'll go Tinglology for $500. The color of Tingle's trunks. What is red? And you win! Yeah! Thank you, everybody. I knew I could do it. I'd like to thank my mom. She believed in me the whole time, and I knew Tingle's trunks. Thank you, Mom. The Giant's Mask. This is the first of the transformation masks, and what does it do? It makes the twin mold boss fight more annoying than it already is. That's literally it. It doesn't do anything else, just makes things more difficult. The Don Guerra's Mask. You get this mask from giving a rock sirloin to a Goron, and allows you to talk to the frogs to combine them into a frog orchestra, which you get to orchestrate. You also get to do this top-tier conducting, like, even the Wind Waker guy has nothing on this. Perfect harmony. The Cafe Mask doesn't do much, but it provides some nice world building on how, rather than putting up posters, search teams wear masks in the likeness of the person that's missing. So that's pretty cool. Head to the entrance of Snowdon at Termina Field at nighttime and you'll find a dancing guy known as Kamaro. He'll give you Kamaro's mask, which allows you to do the Kamaro dance. He tells you to spread the dance as a dance craze, which I must politely decline to because I wouldn't be caught dead doing that dance. The Bremen Mask. This mask allows you to march around and it plays a nice song. If you take the Bremen Mask to the Kuko courtyard and talk to Grog, Grog will say that he just wants to see his Kukos grow up before the moon crashes. So, if you march around with the Bremen Mask and you make the Kukos follow you in a Kuko parade, they will magically age up into adult Kukos. I don't think that's normal. That's not how aging is supposed to work. Well, it is a magical ocarina and a magical mask, so what do I know? Maybe that's just what it does. It makes Kukos grow up faster. Join in everybody, it's a Cuckoo parade. Watch your hormones accelerate. I don't think you're supposed to magically age. I don't think that's what you're meant to do. On the night of the first day in Clocktown, the bomb shopkeeper's mom gets attacked by Sakon the Thief. By defeating Sakon the Thief and getting the bombs back, the bomb shopkeeper's mom gives you a mask that allows you to blow yourself up. The Blast Mask. Basically what this does is it allows you to explode at any time no matter how many explosives you have, meaning you can infinitely bomb hover. Although that's not the original intention, it's all I ever used it for. The first real transformation mask, the Deku Mask. What this does is it allows you to spin and hop on water, and it also allows you to shoot, emulating the slingshot and the bow, which are the primary features of the forest dungeons in Ocarina of Time. It also makes you really short and you can't push down buttons. The Stone Mask. This allows you to turn invisible to enemies. This is the only way I can reasonably get through the Pirate's Fortress, and for that reason alone, it's pulled itself all the way up here. The Mask of Truth. Sure, it lets you talk to the Sheikah Stones and get hints about what you're supposed to do for each side quest. I don't care about that. You know what I care about? The doggy race. You go to the doggy racing court and you talk to the doggies, because they let you talk to the dogs. And the ones who feel very motivated in themselves are the ones that are going to win the race, so that you can bet on them and then get a ton of money. You can basically make infinite money in the game just by choosing correctly. Do you believe in love? True love? Well, 'tis a story of true love. A beautiful woman known as Anju, who is the receptionist to the Stockpot Inn in Clocktown, was getting married in a few days to her lovely fiancé. But there was one problem about in the world. Her lovely fiancé just so happened to be a 9-year-old. He was transformed into a 9-year-old by Skull Kid. He used to just be a regular adult. And to make matters even worse, his son's mask was stolen. During the wedding ceremony, they were supposed to combine Cafe Sun's mask and Anju's moon mask to create one magical mask for them to share, an embodiment of their love for each other. But now that the Sun's mask has been stolen by Sakon the Thief, it is up to Link and Cafe to work together to get it back. After a mini dungeon where you get to play as both Cafe and Link, you receive the Sun's mask and they get combined to create the couple's mask. But rather than treasuring it forever as their sign of their love for each other, they just give it to Link, because, of course, that makes sense.
The Fierce Deity's Mask. This mask can be obtained by collecting all of the masks throughout the entire game and giving them to the 4 moon children. This mask turns you into a god, which you can only use it during a boss fight, which lowers the versatility and therefore lowers the score.
The Bunny Hood. This mask is really good, especially for a game about racing against the clock. What it does is it moves up Link's movement speed by a lot. This mask is so versatile and useful in most situations that throughout all the footage I've shown so far, most of the time the mask I'm referring to gets swapped out for this mask because it just helps you get around so much better. The Goron Mask. What this does is it allows you to roll around like a Goron at really high speeds. Another functionality that it has is it allows you to Goron pound to the ground, which is supposed to emulate the Megaton Hammer, and it can punch, which is supposed to emulate the bombs, which are both the primary tools for the respective fire dungeons in the Ocarina of Time. And the best mask in Majora's Mask, in my opinion, is definitely the Zora mask. What this allows you to do is swim around. This is the best swimming controls in any Zelda game ever, and while it was ruined in the 3D version, I like to pretend that never happened. It also allows you to dive to the bottom of the water, which mimics the abilities of the Iron Boots, and throw boomerang fins, which mimics the abilities of the boomerang, which are the respective items and key concepts for the water dungeons in Ocarina of Time. And that's it. That's every single mask in Majora's Mask ranked. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this, and remember, don't drink any mystery milk. It's never worth it.